I don't know. I've been asked to talk about this in regards to Philip DeFranco. Right now, Philip DeFranco is a guy who I had a lot of respect for in the past. I enjoyed his videos. I enjoyed how unbiased he was. He fought my corner during the whole Nazi pug thing, and he reported on my case, and he reported on my case fairly. He did say that even though he didn't like the joke that I made and everything, he still said that I had a right to do it, and he says that he was extremely concerned about the governments anywhere criminalising jokes, which is an absolutely fair opinion to have about the Nazi pug fiasco. But over time, he's just got kind of different. Now, this one, like, this upset a lot of people, right? But I can see what he's doing. He's doing the same thing that I do all the time. Like this tweet here. Lol, imagine having the eligibility and access to get the vaccine and saying nah. Also, to the pearl clutchers offended by this tweet, yes, I'm calling you stupid and you can go fuck yourself, you ignorant, selfish fuckface. Now, I say stuff online all the time to get a rise out of people. I'll say stuff that I don't mean and stuff that I don't believe in and everything just to make people upset just because I've got a couple of hours to kill. I wonder what the Nicki Minaj stands are up to, right? I do stuff like that all the time, right? But knowing how Philly D is as a person, I don't think he's doing this just as a troll. He is doing this as a virtue signal and not considering there are some people who genuinely like they want the vaccine but they can't get it because they have underlying health conditions, neurological disorders, immune system disorders, all manner of other things, and they are unable to get the vaccine. And he's kind of told them to like go and fucking fuck themselves and stuff like that. Or there are people like me who are not getting the vaccine because I want to see a bit of data first. I want to see a bit more research, bit more data on this vaccine. I'm not vaccinated yet, but if the data comes out that there are no long-term health effects and the vaccine is not contributing to super mutant strains of the virus spreading, which seems to be the case in some instances, then if all of that's disproven and everything, I will get the vaccine. I will get the vaccine. That's fine. I've had my vaccinations, the standard ones that you get throughout your life. I took my daughter to get her standard vaccines just a month ago. That's all fine. That's good and golden. It's just this one I've got a problem with. So even though I'm fine with all other vaccines, I'm just suspicious of this one. Of course, that makes me a full-on anti-vaxxer that hates all vaccines because unfortunately too many people have huffed too much paint. And then Philly D doubled down on it afterwards, and I like, fuck man, damn it, this isn't me. I missed the mark. I would really like to apologise if you give me the time to read this. I'd like to apologise for my last tweet saying you're a dumb fuck if you have the eligibility and access to get the vaccine but choose not to get it. Just kidding, ha ha ha, fuck you again. And to the people saying, like, blah, like, this joke would be funny if Philly D hadn't done this exact joke 100 times already, right? And it's just he is doing this as a virtue signal, and Philly D has changed a lot over the years. And one of the things that I learned is he regrets supporting me for Nazi Pug, and he has walked all of his support back. And it's because he was sick of people calling him a Nazi and far right and all that stuff. And when that started, when he was defending me, Philly sort of went and panicked. Oh, I don't want to call the Nazi a racist. Oh, and that's why even when big developments happened in my case, he stopped covering it. He stopped covering it. Even though I was in DMs with him, like giving him information about the case and everything like that, he stopped covering it completely. And even though at one point he was unbiased. He would give a completely unbiased account of the news. He would present both sides of the argument and then say where he stood on the issue, right? Which is fine, like give an unbiased view and say, here is an unbiased depiction. I am on this side, but why don't you make your mind up? Why don't you tell me in the comments down below? I'm totally not going to read those, but those really help me in the algorithm. Like, that's why he does that. That's why every YouTuber does that. But I like that because it was unbiased. But then Covington Catholic happened, and then the Trump coverage happened, and the like basically his unbiased stances just stopped. He would then go with whatever was popular. Like, for example, this thing that he's saying here. yeah, fuck you for not getting the vax, blah, 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 and everything, right? See if his deep down opinion actually was, I'm not going to get vaccinated, I don't trust the vaccine. He would never tweet this out, and he would never put it in a video, ever. Because the overwhelming, vast majority of his audience would disagree with that, and he would lose a shit ton of clout for it. Like, see, when it comes to the subs, the views, at the end of the day, Philly D is a businessman, and that's fine, whatever, get your money. Like, so he would never, ever voice or state an opinion that the vast majority of his audience would disagree with. He would never, ever do that. I mean, you don't, as a businessman, you don't risk the money, which is fine as a businessman. That is what you're supposed to do. But to sit there in virtue that he is a good and honourable person, like, he's not. He's not. I'm such a good person and I care about what's right and wrong. Okay, then say an opinion that the majority of your audience don't agree with and then tell them to all go fuck themselves and call them dumb fucks. He would never do it. He would never do it. The only time he does this and when he knows it's an opinion that he's not going to lose any subs or views over. That's the only time he does stuff like this. And like, I'll admit, like, a lot of salt got farmed from like these tweets that he made, and it was quite funny. It was, right? I mean, well done. Like, but the intention wasn't to troll, right? You can tell, like, you know, Philly D is. It wasn't to troll. It was, everyone, look what a good person I am. Join me in laughing at the anti-vaxxer plebs. Like, that's what he was doing, right? It wasn't a troll. He was just wanting to virtue signal a wee bit. But again, like I said, he would never ever do anything like this, like with an opinion that he knows the overwhelming majority of his audience disagree with. But I mean, that's just business. That is just business. He is a businessman doing business things, and he should be treated as a suit. Like, see when you view him as just another suit, right? Then you're like, okay, yeah, that completely explains the behaviour, and I understand it now. Me, on the other hand, I think Steins Gate is shit. Steins Gate's terrible. It's the worst anime. It's one of the worst animes that's ever been made. I actually kind of like the Star Wars prequels. What other opinions do I have that people fucking hate? Oh no, am I just like... No, hold on. I have opinions people hate. Libertarianism's great. I know a lot of people that watch me don't... In fact, no, it's no. Most people that watch me agree with that. I'll think of something, right? I'll think of something awful, terrible, and I'll put it out in a video, right? I'm horrible. I punch and kick puppies in my spare time, right? But, like, people wanted me to talk about this. I don't know why. All it was I used to like Philly D. I had a lot of respect for him. I used to regularly watch his show. Like, that's how... I watch other people to keep up with, like, internet news and stuff like that, but if I wanted to keep up, because I don't watch the news in the TV in this country. No, I don't. Not a chance. I watched Philly D because he was my little update on normie news, right? But then over time, he just got really unbiased, and now he is just a complete shill. A shill for his side. Like, he's not unbiased anymore, and, you know, I mean, if that's what he wants to do, that's what he wants to do. It's his channel, his rules. He can make whatever videos he wants. I just unsubbed and stopped watching and stopped caring. Like, I mean, you wanted me to talk about this. I mean, it was a bit of a knobby bloody thing to do. You know, people that can't get the vaccine for health reasons, I guess they can just go fuck themselves. But yeah, like, yeah, I mean, Philly D can tweet out what he wants or whatever. I mean, he's just a bit of a fanny.